Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay. So, are all the teams here joining in? All right. So, which teams were to present today? I think we can start. Sharp Computers, you are ready. You are saying that's fine. And you haven't presented earlier, right?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, sure. So we can go with you, Sharp Computers. We can start with you. No problem. Let's start. All right. I can also see a message from Kavita Computers. Yes, you can go after them. All right. This is which project?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm Pooja Naik. This is case study 3, sir.
Case study 3. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Pooja Naik. Today I'm going to be explaining about case study 3. So we have chosen on industry on challenges in education system, and my team members are Industry and Prerna. Next, so agenda for this case study is first thing, today's education, and second, problems in education system and how to solve these problems. And next one is what is content marketing and how content marketing helps to the education system. And last one is success.
Okay.
So next, first thing, what is education? Education is preparing a person to face a everyday life. Education is nothing but a process of gaining knowledge and also a process of training, teaching, learning, especially in schools, colleges, universities, to improve the knowledges and develop the skills. And why education is important? Because to develop the critical things and also helps the individual to meet the basic jobs. And qualification make them more likely to secure the better jobs.
Okay.
So next, today's education. Today's education system in India is challenging but needs some changes. In the first one is today's education system is focus only in theoretical part rather than the practical or application part. So second one is the quality of education is must be improved rather than the quantity. For example, we take in a private or government sector where the much focus is on given for admissions, so that is effect for the quality of education. So next, problems in education system. There are a lot of reasons why India is lagging behind in education perspective. Among those, these are the some points. In the first one is lack of funds is one of the major problem, and second one is problems of primary education, and third one is gap between education provided and industry required education. So next, this image, first one image is lack of funding, because government schools are set up in villages or small towns and do not provide a quality of education. The main reason behind this lack of funding, they receive from they receive from government. Even when they receive funding, but they do not utilize properly. And the teachers working in government schools rarely receive their salary on time. So this makes them unmotivated or disappointed to teach. And second image is problem on primary education. In the first one, infrastructure defect, overburden, non-academic overburden, and quality of teachers. In the infrastructure defect means in government schools there will be a single school room and lack of drinking water and no proper distribution of government books. So the next second one is quality of teachers. So lack of well-trained, skilled, knowledgeable teacher, which provides the foundation of higher education system. And third one is non-academic burden means the teachers are overburdened with different factors related to education rather than the academic factors like administrative work pressure or senseless report, so etc. Next, third image is gap between education provided and industry required education. So that because the students do not get a career goal and objectives. So due to the inappropriate training and which makes them unemployable and organization faces lack of effective work forces. So next one is how to solve these problems. In the first one is adoption of technology. Means we are using the new technological tools to adopt the teaching and so that the students understand the concept clearly. The second one is teacher training. Teacher training is plays an important role. Teachers should be trained with the new technical skills so that they guide the future further generation students. So next one, third one is more government spending. India itself denotes the 6% of GDP towards the education sectors, and also we focus on building infrastructures. GDP is nothing but a gross domestic product. Next, fourth one is quality education. Quality education should meet the student requirement. Education should allow them to enhance their skills and get better employment. And next one is PPP model. PPP model is nothing but public-private sources to encourage the active participation of the private sector in the national development. Next, IES and All Indian Education Service should be established and which will decide the policies of education. And last one is education policy. Education policy should be frequently updated and policies should be include personality development and also focus on cultural and social services.
Okay.
One is what is content marketing will explain in Prerna.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Prerna. What is content marketing? Content marketing consists of planning, creating, and distributing content which will attract customers and change customer perception towards our product or services. And some steps are there which will define content marketing. Define our goals, record our performance matrix, gather our data, decision on our content types, creating content, distribution, follow up for SOB. First one, define our goals.
Sorry, I'll jump in here. So I get what is content marketing. I think the question was about how through content marketing you're going to solve the problems for this education sector that you have chosen as a project. So can you go to those slides or those content? I mean, what would you do? So I'm aware of this, but then yeah, again, these are basically theory. What is content distribution channels or what is content marketing? What are you actually going to do to solve the problem? Do you have anything on that?
Previous slide. Sir, as I'm telling here, we are going to, as ma'am said, predetermine the goals means define our goals means we are going to define like adopting new technologies. What technology we are going to adopt? We are going to market those technologies. What all new technology we are going to adopt?
Yeah. So do you have a specific slide or a presentation where you're telling me, okay, these are our 4 goals. This is the technology I'm going to adopt, etc., etc. I want to see the actual work. These are all theoretical stuff. So I want to see exactly what you're going to do. I understand you're saying you're going to define the goals, which is correct. Now I will ask you, what are those goals? Do you have that goals defined in a slide, or do you want to tell what would you want to define, right? So I want to see that.
Sorry, sir. I have not prepared on those things, but I'll prepare and comes up.
Okay, sure. And then who is the L2 for your group?
Common answer.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is Alto.
Yeah,
Right, sir?
yeah. So Anupama, I think there's a little bit of more coaching required here because
Yes,
the
sir.
question is around a case study. Case study is not about theory, right? Because
Okay.
theory has been discussed in classes, and the case study is to actually apply that theory and solve, right? I
Yes.
think the topic chosen is good here in terms of education. I think education industry is good. There are problems that is good, but then the follow-up question is like, then how would you solve the problem? You have identified the problems, but how exactly are you going to solve the problem? Not through theory. I don't want to know what is the content marketing. I would want to know that, like, are you going to create awareness through marketing? If you're going to create awareness through marketing to solve the problem, then what are the 5 things you would do? What are the goals you would choose? What are the measures of success for that, right? I think that's what, like, we would want to know. The real-time impact, not theoretical stuff.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I would suggest the group come back prepared and then present again later.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Kavita Computers, if you want to go next.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Sachin from Kavita Computers, and we are going to today present on case study 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to share my screen, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. I hope it's visible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My friend is going to start the 21st.
Okay.
We are distributed it into 4 members, and we are going to present it order.
Okay.
Thank you.
So sorry to interrupt. Sachin, you are actually presenting the presenter view. You can see the notes and all. Can you please switch to the actual presentation? Share only the slideshow. You're sharing the entire screen.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yep.
I'm Shruti from Kavita Computers. Today we are presenting case study 3, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Our team members are Sachin, Vinod, Shalini, and Elal.
Okay.
And our L2 faculties is Saujanya ma'am and Abhilash, sir.
Right.
Indian handicraft is an art of making crafts by hand in India. In ancient India, people lived in the colonies called the tribals, and they were used to make a utility terms for their daily needs.
That art of making a craft is called a handicraft and the items are called a handicraft goods. Most famous handicraft in artifacts are Pashima shawls from Kashmir, silk saris, wood carving, pottery, leather products, jute or a bamboo products, brass or a copper products. Now let's discuss about the challenges faced by the handicraft industry. Before pandemic, the artisans were able to make a regular income of 4,000 to 7,000 rupees. But currently, artisans face a lot of challenges, and the COVID has been a major hurdle for them. Their income has come down. The major challenges they are faced, their visibility or a knowledge about the market is a very limited and a local. Second generation of artisan families are moving out of the crafts. The middleman take up major profits shares. People are moving from towards a plastic or a Chinese products over these original products. And other challenges are outdated production methods, lack of a funding, neglect by a central and a state governments, limited credit facilities. And the solution will be continued by my teammate Vinod.
Yes, sir. I will following are the solutions that we are proposing. Our first solution is to conduct workshop in schools and colleges. The new generation is unaware of these traditions, the traditional techniques, and the learning is only limited to art streams in colleges. This could be taught as a hobby to encourage wide adoption. Our proposal is to visit school, colleges to conduct hands-on workshops so that students would be more made aware such as a tradition. Post workshop we would also organize for the short-term course too, which the students could enroll and learn these techniques. The next solution is to bring them online. Internet is one of the best modern platform to share virtually everything. Bringing the artisans and their artifacts online would be eliminate the middleman. This is also provides them a global platform, and existing online platforms such as Amazon, Flipkart, and Paytm all would be used to register them as a seller. Also, once the concept mature and their business improves dedicated website and a mobile app could be developed. Next slides will continue by study. Thanks.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Shalini. Exhibitions, Sunday flea markets are one of the major solutions for handcrafts. The trend of Sunday flea market and online or offline exhibitions are on the rise with newer generation and older generation alike. This will give a platform to showcase the artifacts physically and people can buy them. We will begin with local exhibitions, then move to state level and national exhibitions. Eventually, we aim to provide a platform in the international exhibitions. Next, move to the next one. So here one of government initiatives are there. By that, we propose to utilize the Make in India initiative and other industry-specific government initiatives. So, for example, Vocal for Local Initiatives, Ambedkar Hastashilp Vikas Yojana, Marketing Support and Service Scheme, Research and Development Schemes. So, all of these various initiatives will give them a better platform and financial support at an affordable interest rate. But most people are not aware of such schemes, or the middle people would keep them in dark. We could educate them about these and help them to make the best of it. Next, I hand over to Ellen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Using an AR application, the artifact could be displayed and also the methodology of the making them could be utilized. People can use this app, try the product before they buy them. They could visualize how the product would look in their home and also place an order. And now I
play sample will be on a clear application, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Next slide will continue by my teammate Sachin.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the methods of marketing, so we have already existed email marketing, internet, and catalog products, SEO, and the traditional and the what currently ongoing media, social media, and word of mouth. So what we have proposed for this, you can say, is a marketing strategy. So we come up with a solution where man the middle, we get a lot of like credit goes to them, and most of the cost will be raised when it comes to the seller and the buyer. So he's going to get most of the cash flow. So when it comes to the trying to build a product and to the sell to the any end user. So what we are going to do, we'll build up a solution where we'll build up some of the programs and platforms to encourage the people and give the demonstration how exactly the product made up of, and what is the technology behind that in that one, and what is the like if you as a MSME, so from the government as well as the private organizations, for them to initiate on these handcraft, so you can say products, we we go on the paper. It looks to be skeptical about the development and the programs which we are trying to build and showcase them. Yes, we can provide some of the solutions, and so we can get the more production and bring out the most employable to be on this field. So we will organize some of the social media platforms to aware the people, to bring the awareness on, and to encourage them to get into the handloom industry, and we can help them by giving them what is exactly like if they want to start the business on this one. So what are the major challenges, and what is the process we should go through on this one. So we'll make some of the workshops and programs, and on ground we are going to check with the current employees. So what are the challenges they are going to do, and we'll come up with a solution and the questionnaire, and we'll discuss directly get the reports from them, and from based on those real-time experience, we build a solution to help them to adopt the new technology for the same existing industry with the technology as well. So this is the market methods we are adopting. And the next slide is how do we measure the success. So far we can see a lot of spike in handcraft industry. So currently we can say as a 3.5 billion to the 4.3 billion so far, but we are expecting it to be 7 billion. So in the upcoming 3 to 4 years. So for that one, we again, as I said, we need a proper like strategies so that we can enhance the we can currently India is fifth exporter for this handloom products, especially embroidered and metal jewelries. So and the printed materials. So on this one. So when it comes to success, we are talking about as the year of currently 21 to 22. So we can say the production is 4.3 billion. So when we start getting the inputs from the end user and what is the challenges, and we can overcome on those solutions, and we can improve the business by giving the demo on ground, and what is the we can some of the bring the angel investors, so that not only a end user or any one of the private company should invest and start enhancing their business plans. The investor also takes involve some of the time as well as some of the money to increase the business plans, and we can togetherly we can enhance the entire industry uh, as as a measure of success, I would say. So success will typically be divided into workshops and e-commerce websites. So when it comes to workshop, as I said, we go on ground and we check the some of the existing private companies or any some of the mm, we can say schools and colleges. So we give them a demo and we can talk to them and what is the current existed method to improve the business, and if there any if some of the uh, if any possibility we can adopt the technology and we bring out the best products with the new technology, adopting it, and we can in a short span scale, so we can even increase the more products with a more employable. So on this one, so this is the main workshop methods. So when it comes to e-commerce, we again as we have discussed, there is email and internet ads, and platforms will give some insights about the order placed and how to even when you are buying some of the handloom handcraft products, so there might be some transactional issue. So even we can bring up with some of the as currently the India adopting the you can say e-commerce. So from those transactions, we can enhance the you can say product buying, and uh, we can go with the, some of the internet websites like Amazon, Flipkart. Those are the e-commerce sites. From that, we'll publish the materials and will some of the products with AR applications, as my friend teammate uh, shown us, like how to adjust the any product in the current location or any uh, home location. So according to that, before directly buying them, so we'll check it out whether it's a appropriate product to our house or on its place, and what is the cost of it and how it looks when it comes to the different designs and models. So we'll go in such, so that kind of insights will help a buyer to buy a product. So by giving them on e-commerce websites, even using the SEO, Google SEO, so we can give them a nearest branches or anything. So how they what is the material made up of and what is the durability of that. So these are the insights we can get it from the even inform to the buyer through e-commerce websites. Yeah, so as I said, it's a social media views and the subscriptions. So according to the individual product and emails. Yeah, so we can create a group, and according to we'll build any MSME branches in their respective city to expand the business plans and the growth.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So this is the market strategy. So we have come up with it, and even as for the when it comes to overall growth, so togetherly we can adopting the technology as well as the existing models. We can we can give them a solution as a capital investment for the investor as early, and so that we can enhance the productivity and bring down the cost So um, uh, while bringing the production, so in the for that one, and as I said, we can in later stages when we start deploying the services. So we can invest in some of the angel investors and when, VCs, so that according to business plans we can expand and we can enhance the business plans. So this is our model so far.
Right.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, thank you for the presentation. I think it's a very interesting one. You chose a very interesting industry. I think this handicraft and handmaids and this industry has a lot of potential. So I think you identified a very good one, so which is great. I think you are able to really define the problem statements well, and also in terms of the solutions that you would offer, and very nicely you brought into how technology can probably solve the problem. So I think that was a good connecting of the dots between the problem statements and the industry. So I think that was very good. Um, I love the demo, that AR demo. I think that was very simple and short and effective. I think as a part of the presentation skills, when you include these kind of elements, it just enhances the experience. And so I think that was a very good one that was done. I also like the marketing plan, that slide which you kind of shared, in terms of I think you used in the center the pottery. I think that was creative, right? Typically we talk about a 360, but you use a pottery, and then of course you use the other channels, etc., which you would be kind of not talking about. I think which is great. Then the next slide was about how you would be using this across e-commerce channels and how you would be promoting. So you mentioned Amazon. I think that's a good channel as well, because a lot of times when we talk about marketing, we only talk about what we would do ourselves, but we forget there are some ecosystems like Amazons and Flipkarts of the world also. We can market there as well, right? So I think that was a good point that you brought through. And what I also liked about the marketing plan was it was pretty simplistic and realistic. Now
Yes.
you know that this handicraft industry and of course the rural marketing this falls under that category of the concept. Um, Being realistic is important. I can talk about multiple things, but what can I actually end up doing realistically is important, right? So you talked about word of mouth, which is effective,
Yes.
right? You talked about things which is other than digital as well, so which is also effective. This is a starting point. Your presentation was about a starting point, and then you would grow. Now as you grow 3 years down the line, your marketing plan will change, which is fine. But as of now, this is relevant because I think it was simplistic and it was very much connected to the real time situation, so which was good again, right? Measure of success also, I think you were able to bring in. I think you talked about the industry being 3.4 and then going up to 7 billion, which was the larger picture. And then you also broke it down that in the larger picture, what are the few things you would do to kind of measure. So I think that was good as well, right? So overall, I think it was a very good, interesting presentation. Very crisp, short, sweet is what I would call. So I think Saujanya and Abhilash, thanks to you as well. I'm sure both of you would have guided the team well on this. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Very good.
Right. Okay. I see some chats here. So Srishti Infotech, Kundapura is ready. SSC Haveri is ready. Sridevi Technologies is also ready. I think let's go with Sridevi Technologies. We have not heard from them before, so let's go with Sridevi Technologies. If you're ready, then let's go with it, and then we can go to Srishti Infotech, and then we can go to SSC Haveri. Follow in that order. Are you ready, Sridevi Technologies? Yeah. So you can go ahead. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
So are you ready to present or? What is it?
We are present, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to share the slides or
Hello, sir.
yes.
So we lost connection, sir. 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Then I think let some other teams present, and once you are ready, then you can present.
Okay, sir. Sure. Sir.
Yeah. So I think Srishti Infotech. I think you can go next. Okay, which case study are you going to present?
First one, sir.
First one. Okay.
Can I share the screen, sir?
Yeah. Did you present this earlier or this is a new one?
New one.
New one.
Okay.
No.
You presented case study 2, I think, last time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Can I start, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Shivani from Srishti Infotech Kundapura. Today we are going to present the presentation on extended reality in real estate. And our teammate are Aradhya and Sudeep.
Sorry, sir. Something happened there.
No, I can hear. I can hear.
Yeah, sir. Real estate means it is considered real property that includes the land and anything permanently attached to it or built on it, whether natural or man-made. In that real estate industry, there are 5 categories we can see. The first one is commercial, second one is industrial, raw land, and special use. And another one is residential. Investing in real estate includes purchasing a home, rental property, or land. Yes, so here we can see the problems in a 2-way. We can see the problem. First one is from the user, and another one is a company. In a user view, when it comes to user in a real estate industry, user have to visit the site and see the properties. It cost is more, and it also time consuming and hectic to find the addresses. And the next one is when it comes to company, they have to maintain the staff and they provide salary for the staff for providing information to the customer. This is all the problems in a real estate industry. And virtual reality through. Here we can see, sir, with the use of extended virtual reality through, without going to that place, without going to that such place, we can visit the properties. Like with the use of extended virtual reality through, we can see the real picture. Virtual tour is an imitation of real one, and thus an experience that allows consumers and realtors alike view or house property from the outside and inside, with a realistic presentation of this particular proportion of this setting. It is a fully remote solution that can be accessed anywhere and aims to give the user all the same impression as they would get when visiting the place in a real life, without the option to physically touch and move the object. Here we can see the pictures, sir. The user, he is not visiting the real property. With the use of extended virtual reality through, he can see the real picture of his property, and from where he is, from his place, he can see the real picture of the property.
Yes, sir. Next slide will be explained by our teammate Sudeep.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Mhm.
Sir, I am Sudeep. I am today talking about the types of virtual reality in the real estate. So here we use captured footage and 3D applications, VR experience and floor plan. Here we use, this is the types of virtual reality we use in real estate. When this type we will use the virtual reality when the footage will be captured by 3D applications. Next, in the scope of business, according to the survey of a Caldwell Banker Real Estate, 77% of buyers prepared to wear a tour over a physical visit, and 68% of prepared wear to see how the furniture looks, and 62% said they would proceed with the agent that working the use of a VR technology. And also here we can achieve augmented reality according to the users needs to MNC eager to work with the virtual technology.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I am Arath from 16 Food. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So, as my fellow said, virtual extended reality. So, we are going to in a real estate. So, extended reality is a combination of augmented reality and virtual reality. When it comes to augmented reality, it's a immersive and non-immersive. So, we have architecture view. Architecture, so first the human operator and the video and audio signals and the video visuals rendering, and the haptic devices are those devices which use a normal feeling when we are using the virtual reality or the extended reality, and haptic rendering simulation engine. As that type only, the graphical engine, it will produce the graphical images and give the output to the user. That's the architecture. And then the marketing strategy. So we are creating the applications that we are going to give some companies. If you're giving the company, we have to make some marketing strategy. So first one is the, highly increasing the social media use. So we have first social media. Through social media, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, we can attract the customer like Facebook reels and advertisement ads, extras, and live demo sections. We can give the live demo section to the publics or in a malls or in a amusement parks, in a IT gatherings and some other way. We can give the live demo sections, and through blogs we can all our invention projects, customer details and customer review will be posted in the blogs. And also we can use the search engines. I forgot to mention that. The search engine we can use the optimized use of search engines. We can use in the marketing strategy. And then how we can use the measuring success. So first one is if you are going to the company, so how can we measure the success? First one, user review. We are taking the reviews from the user, and how based on the user review we can measure the success. And percentage of growth in sale. If you are giving a company our product, that after using our product the company sales or increased or not, we can on that basis we can see the percent of growth in sale. And trend in social media, how actually going trend in particularly our product is trend in social media. Demand in market, what is the present demand in market, whether it's increased, decreased on the basis. And making surveys and observation. Making some surveys and observation, we can use the measuring success. And this is a small video. If you have time, I can show you. That's up.
Okay, all right. I think it was a good short presentation. I think you hit the point straight away. The topic of extended reality in real estate is important, and I think you were able to bring that out. You are also able to bring out, like, what you would be doing in terms of providing that experience, etc. What you could have probably done is like, maybe shown some more examples in the way, like, how this would work, right? While you showed a video in the end, but I think if you see some of the other presentations made by the other teams on real estate and XR, I think the interaction was much more. So when a topic like XR comes into the picture, I think then like the way you present is like, you need to make the experience much more engaging, right? I think that is one thing which you could have done differently. But otherwise, yes, otherwise overall, I think it was fine in terms of like, the case. So I think that's fine. Yeah. I think only the experience part overall was kind of missing. I think you need to probably like, bring those things together, like to make things much more interactive or show more examples, and that would help. Especially for a topic like this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Okay. Next is Sridevi Technologies ready now? Sridevi Technologies, are you ready now, or you need more time? I can't hear. Somebody's trying to speak. They are on mute, I think.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
We are ready, sir.
Okay, you can present. Which case study is this?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Which case study is this?
The first one.
Can't hear. There's an echo.
Sir,
There's an echo. Can't hear.
hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, better.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Am I audible? No.
Yes. Yeah, it's much better.
Hello, sir. Myself, Jaswant, sir, from Sridevi Technologies, sir. Here we are presenting a project on augmented reality and virtual reality in agriculture. So this technology can be implemented in agriculture 4.0. For the problem statements.
Sorry, before you go ahead, who is your L2?
Vaibhav Krishna Bhosle.
Sorry?
Vaibhav Krishna Bhosle.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. As for the problem statements, in nowadays the technology is going ahead, and farmers are keep lagging, and we are implementing this project for helping for the farmers, botanists, and the other researchers, and the students who are studying upon the plants. Here we are presenting a virtual reality for making their work easier. As for the lack of knowledge of skilled workers, and the lack of knowledge in the farmers, there are many malfunctions, and they are getting injuries, and other things. And there are lack of knowledge in how the pesticides work, what fertilizers they should use, and which conditions, which marks and conditions they have to use the fertilizers and other things. For another researchers, like the researchers, there are so many crops. They are
Your voice is breaking. Not able to hear. Yes. Your voice is breaking. Can't hear anything.
Hello.
Yeah, something I can hear.
As for I'm audible now.
Yes.
As for the researchers, there are so many medical herbs that are depleting, like they are extincting, and they are not getting supplies, like not getting manures and so many supplies to use or to do the research on those plants, and they are taking so lot of time for researching, like the harvest time, the process, and the farmers are not getting educated on the what process are done with the manures. Um what are the steps to taking and harvesting and better herbs, and what are the different types of plants that can be implemented in their monsoon conditions. So and these are so many problems, and students are not getting the proper platform for performing the studying or performing some research on the plants, and they are not getting the menus and plants for studying. So we are presenting our project, like a virtual reality project for helping those kind of problems. And for the solution, Samishra is going to take next, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Samishra. So, according to the problems which are being faced in the day-to-day life, this could be solved using modern technologies. For example, this technology mainly provides, um, as you can say, a platform so that the users, mainly the farmers, researchers, as well as botanists, either it might be students, in order to provide conditions of the plant. Either it might be height of the plant or length or width of the leaf, and accordingly for the petals and height of the flowers or the diseases, crop pests which are affecting the plants, and so on. So based on these informations, using artificial intelligence and machine learning as well as virtual reality, we this technology provides a graphical plant model. Yeah, it is an artificial plant model which is in graphical state. For this plant model which is provided, it also provides number of the tools which might be used in cultivations, as well as different manures, fertilizers, pesticides, and other things which are mainly required. So when these things are provided, the plant which is already present, and the users can perform their activities. Either it might be cultivation activities on these plant models. They can add manures or the amount of manures in a proper climatic conditions, and so on. Based on the every activity or the action performed by the user, the plant model, the graphical plant model, starts altering or starts taking action and reacts accordingly. For example, if a farmer or a user adds some manure, the plant starts growing. If the manure starts decreasing or it is not inefficient, then the plant starts withering. This is how it mainly works. There is a 360-degree VR which is also provided so that the user can tilt the plant model according to their need, and likewise perform some of the activities. As said earlier, there are number of plants which are already extinct and number of plants which are on the verge of extinction. So in order to protect those plants, this technology comes in handy. For example, there is a rare plant known as orchids and number of species related to orchids. But these are there are number of species of orchids which are already extinct, and some are on the verge of extinction. This is because the cultivation method used for these orchids is completely different, and many are not so efficient, or it doesn't have much knowledge on the cultivation method of these orchids. For example, there is a species in orchid which has a high medicinal property, but the cultivation method of this orchid type of orchid is completely different from other plants. For that is, when the plant flower blossoms, it need to be cut so that the plant survives. If it is not cut, then the plant starts withering and eventually dies. So this is the cultivation method, one of the cultivation method which need to be used. So this technology provides this cultivation procedures for each and every plant, and the users can select the plant for which they need to start. They need to learn this cultivation method, and likewise for each plant, the cultivation manual will be provided by the technology itself. So they could practice and become expert in cultivation methods, and then they could perform the same activities in their real life. There are many cases where there are number of crops and plants which are present, and each and every plant couldn't be taken note of their health conditions or the harms that they are facing by the farmers, or either it might be by farmers or by researchers and many others. So eventually what happens is and these crops yield decreases because of these effects, and without taking proper precautionary measures. So by providing RGB infrared cameras and sensors which are installed, this take notes of the health conditions and all the other features, temperature, monsoon conditions, soil conditions of these plant, and how it is growing, how the stage of the growth is taking place, and if there are any diseases or the pest affecting these plants, and so on. The same information will be relayed to the farmers or the researchers via monitors and tablets, smartphones, and so on, so that they could take related precautionary measures and save their yield. For basically farmers, they could save their yield and increase their yield, and increase the economy of their crop. So having this better knowledge on how to work with plants and how to cultivate them, and the amount of, as I said before, fertilizers, pesticides that need to be used, these eventually help farmers to protect their crops and increase their yield. So this is how the procedure takes place. The users, that is, as I said before, farmers and so on, they will be given with a variety of seeds or a variety of fertilizers, pesticides, manures, and so on. So they could select from these and start cultivating. Then the monsoon condition, they could select the monsoon condition, and they could select the procedure. So based on these things, that is the seed which is being selected, the process of cultivation will be given. Based on the process of cultivation, each and every step will be given likewise, and the farmers or the users can use these cultivation methods and implement the same in their graphical model, and look into the effect it is causing the plant. If they cut any stem, then some plants might die, and if they cut any flower, some plants might leave and some might die. So every action of theirs has a consequence, so they could take note of these actions. Then it also helps for researchers to research on plants, and also for the some of the fertilizers, pesticides producing industry to look into the effect the fertilizers are causing to the plant on certain conditions. Either it might be monsoon conditions or it might be soil conditions. And they could also take note of the growth of the plant, the growth, it is how the plant is growing, and after that the harvesting process. So the main procedure of this development project is, we would like to collect data from the farmers or from people, and then based on the problems that they are facing, we would like to add features, and we would like to modify our product so that the implementation of the project will cause a huge success. This is the roadmap. So how the project works: first we collect data via service, which will be explained in the later parts of the slides. Then after collecting, we'll start implementing and design our project. Then testing and implementation takes place. Then using campaigns and other things, we would like to promote our product or technology. Then we could measure success, and if there are any future enhancement, we could do the same on this product. The next slides will be explained by Shrungati.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Shrungaditya. To know the problems faced by farmers, researchers, and students of. Hello, sir. Audible?
Yep.
To know the problems faced by farmers, researchers, and students of horticulture and agriculture fields, we thought of conducting a survey so that based on the information we get, we could add a new feature or modify our product to solve those problems. Uh, in order to get those information, we thought of conducting a survey using Google Forms and by notifying the village panchayat to conduct manual surveys. Next, content marketing. The audience we are targeting are farmers, researchers, and urban youths and botanists. The publicity strategy we use this by promoting our product in Krushi Unnati Mela by notifying village panchayat and also by using the medias, printing medias, broadcast media, digital media, and also social media, and by organizing campaigns. Next will be explained by Rakesh.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kesh. I'm going to explain various content formats channels using. Since using all the methods for marketing might need a huge investment, we would like to use a simpler, cheap, and largely influenceable method like broadcast media, television, newspaper, and social media. How are we going to measure the success? Since we are mainly targeting farmers, success rate could be measured by the knowing the number of farmers who are using this product to the total number of the farmers present. We could also note the success rate by taking note of the viewers and rating given in the social media. We expect 40% of success rate based on the number of farmers, researchers, and other users who could use the products. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'll share my feedback. I think firstly, a lot of research has been done, which is great to see. I could see, like, very clearly, like the use cases, or like, how you would be using this in the model. A lot of this technical research was done. So a very like, elaborate and extensive use of the technical functions and steps were included. But I'm not sure how realistic this model is going to be, especially in a country like India, right? So because I'm not sure, like, the technologies, etc., what you have mentioned, they're all good in theory, but how much is the practical application in a country like India? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure how many of the farmers are even technologically so savvy to use a Google Glass to read. And one of your recommendation was that, right? So while this presentation looks very good in theory, I'm not very sure about, like, the practical application of it. Secondly, in terms of like, the business implications. So I think again, I didn't get a very clear picture in terms of how will you grow. While the roadmap slide is good, you broke it down into different stages, but I didn't really understand, like, how are you going to take it out in the market? And then in the marketing slides, you mentioned that because investment is huge, and hence you would be using channels which require less investment. But then your choice of channels were inaccurate, because television is the largest, like, and the most expensive channel. So that's contradictory, right? So while your technical concepts and your application of technology as a use case is fine, but I think your business case is missing. Your measurement of success case is missing as to how will you measure success. Your what is missing is, like, how would you create that awareness, and how would you kind of, propagate what you're kind of going to say, right? I think that's missing as well. So the technical part is fine, but not the business, right? So I think this is the feedback for the team and also for the L2, that this requires a lot of work. The question and the case studies are about business, not necessarily only technology. Technology is just one of the parts and one of the enablers. I think that part was fine, the research was fine, but the rest was missing. So that's my feedback. So work on this.
Okay, sir.
All right. Next one, SSC Haveri.
Hello, sir. We have another one team, sir.
From?
Sridevi Technology.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Very
case
good.
study?
Sir?
This is which case study? Case study 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, this is what I'm seeing here is, I don't know, this is again theory. So do you have the practical applications?
Yes, sir. We will explain.
Because if you don't have the practical applications, then don't waste time. You can come back later. You can take the feedback, what we are talking about with the other teams, revise the presentation and come back later. What do you want to do?
Sorry, sir, I just entered in. Who is this center?
This is Sridevi Tech.
Okay, Sridevi. Okay, sir, Sridevi said for the time being, you can, because they are in a learning process. We went to the field. We
Okay.
found out that they had not done justice to the course. They have just started. We'll give them some time extra, sir. With
Okay,
your
sure.
permission.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think, like, there are some feedbacks which I'm sharing with a lot of the teams, common feedback.
Yes, sir.
So I think Sridevi Tech in general has the good technical and the research concepts, but I was wanting if they can take some more time and also
Yes, sir. Yes.
apply. Yeah.
Yes, and sir, their closing is up to November. I've allowed them about another 1 month.
Yes, fine. That is fine. So
Yes.
maybe Sridevi, you can take some time and work on this feedback, attend the classes, listen to the feedback and try to incorporate them in your presentations and then present later.
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah, thanks. All right. SSC Haveri.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, this is L2 Safrin from Haveri.
Yeah.
Sir, we have done with 2 projects and this is our third one.
Last one.
That is,
Yeah.
second case study, sir, and students are here, sir.
Right. Sure.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, just to keep you informed,
Mm-hmm.
the Haveri has already done some marketing of a project they were telling.
Okay.
I think they're motivated by your session. So they have done the project. I don't know what is the position of that project, because I think you were covering the marketing feasibility angle. So I told get it vetted by Soumyajit sir.
Okay, sure.
I remember they had sent me the photographs
Okay.
of doing some marketing project.
Okay, sure. No, that is good. I think Afreen maybe or anybody from the team can reach out separately as well.
Yes, that will be
yeah. I can have a look at it and then we can discuss further. Yeah.
And
Sure.
another thing, I think Soumyajit sir, you were telling that you want to evaluate the L2 separately in the month of October, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. You have taken that.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Hello, audible, sir?
Yes, audible.
Yes, very good afternoon, sir. This is Harsha Priya speaking from SSC QNX Haveri, sir.
Good afternoon.
We have selected tourism in virtual reality, sir.
Okay.
Next, sir. As we know, sir, virtual tourism, it presents the viewers an immersive experience, sir, of an activity or a location or any destinations through the use of this technology, sir. And so we have tons of different types of virtual tourism offerings. So it's usually combination of virtual reality, but other multimedia formats like images, it can be audio, it can be the narration or the experience environment they have. So including all this, it will provide the best experience of the destination, sir. So that users cannot go through the websites only and they can virtual things, sir. Audible, sir?
Yeah, audible. I think somebody else is on a go on mute.
I continue, sir?
Yeah, you can continue. Yeah.
So next, sir, moving on, how to attract clients and business, sir. So as virtual technology has become more accessible, so it is an excellent marketing tool, sir, that can be successfully used in tourism. So your customers want to live the stories where text or photos or any videos will not provide an immersive experience in the website, sir. So it will provide the great environment experience for tourists to travel, sir. So next, coming to how clients are attracted, sir. So virtual reality, it is the great demo version of what users will experience, sir, by choosing the given travel options, sir. It will allow the traveler to make an easy decisions about buying the tour packages, sir. So how in the sense they can try before they buy, sir, with the help of virtual reality, almost any product, sir, it can be tried without leaving home. And the effect of teleportation, sir, it will provide the people a sense of confidence in their purchasing decisions, sir. Like this, a person can be more comfortable in choosing destinations to travel, sir. Next, he can visit a place on the globe. Like, so it is virtual reality is an inclusive, sir. So it it allows the people to visit their dream places, regardless of any this like any physical
right.
Yes, limitations, sir. So budget and healthcare restriction time, this they cannot stop a person from traveling through any space of a globe, sir. And even he can recreate the past, sir. So this can be the great feature of the virtual reality, sir, as it has the power to recreate any object. So the tourist can see in a virtual reality the historical places like its original form to how it has changed over time, sir. Next, he can get off limit areas, sir. So, sir, there is a huge number of places like endangered or maybe protected by law, sir, where access to the general public is prohibited. So here, tourists can bypass these restrictions. And then additional bonus is that, sir, virtual tourists can examine everything closely or even interact with the environment and even touch the genuine artifacts, sir.
Yeah.
So next, he can also explore hotels to make choices. With the help of VR, he can see the hotel, evaluate the provided amenities and recreations, and also generate much more trust than the traditional videos, sir. Next, how travel business runs, sir. So as virtual reality tours are most obvious way of attracting tourists to destinations. This helps to promote not too popular destinations, sir, which they can be unknown or not aware of those beautiful gem places. And in India and Thailand, they have already used VR solutions, sir, to show their hidden gems and also stir up the traveler's interest. And this can be used to sell high-end offerings. And usually most of the consumers are not interested in any premium services, as they have never ever experienced. So with this technology, people can feel the actual differences between the standard and the premium packages. And also they can upgrade their level of interest and tour packages and also. And we have one video, sir. Next, can we play, sir?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. In this video, we will see that how VR helps the people to make differences between the decisions in tour packages and also, and how people can afford traveling or experience those things without leaving home, sir. Yes.
Imagine if you could search for flights, walk through a plane to select your seat, book and pay for your trip using virtual reality. We live in a 3D world. Why shouldn't we shop for our future travel this way? An Amadeus company, Navitaire, unveils the world's first virtual reality travel search and booking experience. Travelers will be able to select a destination and a date for their flight. Once selected, a traveler will pick the flight and see the aircraft seat map to select a seat. You will also add other services to your booking. Once you have all set for your trip, you can move ahead with the payment. This could change the way travelers will purchase trips, helping airlines and other travel companies become the next generation retailers. In the era of the empowered traveler, Navitaire and Amadeus are helping airlines to shape a personalized customer experience at every stage of the journey. Imagine.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
next slides will be continued by my teammate Bindu, sir.
Yep.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
This is Bindu, sir.
Yes.
Next coming to the plan in virtual reality tourism, sir. Sir, our planning is like this, sir. First, identify the customer needs. In first step, we identify the customer needs. As the trend changes, sir, customer needs also changes. In next step, we specify the customer target groups. Like I have taken one example, sir. If you attract a student, a single person student, he will be having a friend circle, so that by attracting a single person, we care to get a group of people. After this, we plan the content, sir. Here in this, we plan the requirements during the tourism, the schedules. We also plan the executing offers and some kind of extra benefits. After planning, this will produce the content and market it and also sell the experience. At the last, we analyze during the operation and then improve the customer, sir. After planning, we have to go to the approach. In the approach, we have marketing and promotion. In marketing and promotion, tourism organizations includes DMOs and tour operators, like example, videos and interactive maps. And second, enhancing the tourism experience. In tourism experience, tourist attractions begin to adopt virtual reality. It means enhancing support and customer tourism products. Example, virtual museum features. And third one is development of virtual tourism experience. In virtual tourism experience, organizations and tourism industry stakeholders began to develop virtual tourism experience. Next, fourth one is physical holidays are replaced with virtual experiences. During the times when people cannot physically travel, conventional holidays are replaced by virtual experiences. Example, real-time live safari streamed online and virtual tour. And last one is impossible adventures through virtual means. Tourism seeks to experience the impossible through the use of virtual reality and virtual experience. Next slides will be continued by Chaitra.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yep.
Myself, Chaitra. Next, we move on to the tourism agenda for tourism. In the travel industry, virtual tourism and virtual reality has mostly been used as marketing tool. Destination attractors and operators have been using the virtual reality to attract the interest of travelers for quite some time. And we have seen growth in use of technology as an additional to physical experience. Next we move to experience of user. The four factors influence the experience of the presence. The control factors like control, sensory dimensions, restrictions, and realism. First one, control. Control refers to the audience capacity to act in virtual world. Next, sensory dimensions. Sensory dimensions affects the vividness of the medium, which is the most important determinant of presence. A more vivid mated environment in one with a higher resolution and more sensory dimensions in which the most important determinant of presence. Next, Distraction refers to the degree to which the audience distracted by external and internal factors. Realism has two subdivisions. The degree to which the virtual environment is similar to the real world, and the meaningfulness of the audience experience. Next, interactivity, audio and visual features, and the content of the virtual world all contribute the experience of presence. Next, user have more control over the greater ability to interact with a video medium when using the virtual reality 360 video than when viewing the blog. Next, studies of news reports have found that higher resolution images and background music increase the sensory breadth and depth of VR content. The capacity for movement and touch contribute the vividness of the 360-degree video. The audience experience is an even greater sensation of realism when viewing the 360-degree video using the cardboard. Next slide, we continued by my teammate Megha. Sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Next, moving to the next slides, that the how we are training is measure our success in the tourism means. In the graph, we can see that how the year passes and the number of people are showing the interest in the virtual tourism. Here we can see that the blue colored line, virtual travels, how is number of people are increasing as the year passes, and the red one is also showing that virtual tourism is showing increasing as the year passes. The common metrics that we have to measure is, here we have in the first point we have time spent on the activity, that is the total number of hours we have spent it on built all the session of the virtual reality in the tourism, sir. And then in the next thing, the total amount we have invested on the total profit we have got based on the measuring our success, sir. The best way to measure our success on the tourism destination by measuring how the sustainable is measuring sustainability of the tourism is takes into two accounts, sir. Has the large number of the factor. To be a successful, we need to good ecosystem for the tourism. This includes the great presentation and the entertaining the attractions, sir. Everything is contributed to its success and need to be sustainable and maintained. If it's not, how it can be successful, sir. And here we have one more video to show our success in tourism, sir. Can I play it, sir?
Yep.
Three steps to create a marketing story. I am sorry to say this, but in the marketing story, you're not the hero. Your customer is the hero. People don't buy products, they buy dreams and feelings. What's important is how the clients feel. What is their pain point? So, the client has to be the hero of your story. Determine your target audience, and follow 3 simple steps to use in the marketing stories you create. Introduce their problem. Show today's situation. What pain point can they relate to? Suggest a solution. Show them something that will remove this problem or pain point. Describe a better future. Show the positive outcome of using your solution. What will happen to your customer? Here's an example. A character is struggling while planning her trip. There are too many options and none of them seem right for her. Peter Pan Travel has a service that helps people plan their trip. She saves time, money, and she gets a better trip. She is happy.
Yes, sir. Like this, we have planned, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right. Fine. So thanks for the presentation. I think the topic was good. I think you definitely I think virtual reality in travel is a very important topic for sure, because you can do a lot in this space, right? The research was good. I think the use case applications was also good, and you were able to show how you would be using this in the different travel tourism and what would be the exact end point of a customer requirement. I think that was very well research done, right? But I think what was missing is a proper business plan. How would you scale this? While you talked about this is what you want to do, I didn't understand how you will do it. The how is missing. I understood the why, that was clear, but how, that was missing, right? And the previous groups in your from SSC Haveri, I think the last case study what you have presented, I think we had shared some similar feedback as well. Some things were done well and what could have been done much more better. Even in terms of the measure of success, how will you measure? I mean, you just mentioned a very top 3 level, but you didn't mention exactly how will you go about doing it. So that how part is missing from the entire story, right? So that's an area which you need to work on and do much more deep dive to figure out that yes, one thing is to set an expectation, second thing is to create a goal, third is identifying the business problems but the how would you in reality go about in doing it? What are those 1 2 3 4 5 things you would do which will ensure you are getting the success? That's missing, right? So hence take this feedback, and maybe the next presentation I think you can carry this feedback into it, incorporate this feedback into it.
Yes.
But otherwise I think the research and the use case was good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Sir.
thank you. Right. I think Dharwad, Comtech Dharwad, and then followed by Chirag Infotech.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
This is Mary from Comtech Dharwad.
Yeah.
Today presenting on the case study number 3. In the previous sessions, we have completed 2 of the case studies, sir.
Yeah.
My partner Apurva and I will continue with the presentation. We'll share the presentation.
Yeah. You have to speak a little, so that the echo is not there. Right now, there's too much of echo.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is Apurva from Comtech Dharwad. Today we have chosen a real estate industry for the case study number 3. So let's see what is a real estate. Real estate is a real property that consists of land and improvements, which includes a building, fixtures, roads, structures, and utility system. It's just a buying and selling of properties in between the customers and the dealers. So what are the problems we are facing nowadays in real estate industries? So let's see what are the problems first.
So sorry, I have to stop you.
Sorry, sir?
I think I have to stop you because your voice is echoing. You need to fix that. And secondly, I don't know whether you're sharing something on the screen. Right now it is blank.
Blank, sir?
Yeah.
You just give me a couple of minutes. We'll shift the classroom so that the
Yes.
echo.
Yes. Yeah. That's fine. That's okay.
Obviously. Sir, then we can go with the next things. We'll fix the session.
Sorry, his voice is too much of echoing. I can't hear anything.
Sir, we'll fix the issue, sir. Till then you can go with the next things. We'll fix
Okay, fine. So Chirag Infotech can do it. So Chirag Infotech, I think you can present, and once Comtech is ready, they will present after that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sandhya.
Yeah.
We are representing our representation on case study third one, content marketing in travel industry. My team are Aisha, Altavim and Maitri.
Okay.
These are the contents which we cover in our session today, which in our presentation today. Choose an industry, problems and solutions, content marketing platforms, and measuring success.
Yeah.
Travel industry, generally travel means moving, refers to moving from one place to another place or location, from different locations. It can be long distance, short distance, or overseas or domestic travel, and it can cover a wide variety of different travel purposes. Travel has always been an integral part of human life to reduce stress. People are always looking for a new and exciting locations, and most of the places out there become mundane after one visit. Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing value, relevant and consistent content to
Come to the actual use cases. These are all theory, which you are all aware of. What is travel? What is content marketing, which we all know. So you come to the point as to what are you doing and how are you kind of giving the solutions.
Yes, sir. So content marketing promotes brand awareness, create leads and
Again, this is theory. We don't want to know what is content marketing. I would want to know, what are you proposing? What are you going to do?
In travel industry, sir, we are explaining now.
Yeah, it is a known fact. Content marketing in travel, we all know what content marketing can do. What are you going to do? You tell me that.
Yes, sir. Next part will be explained by Altafim.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Altafim. I'm explaining the problems in travel industries, which our travel industry are facing. The first problem is how to make booking procedure more convenient, and the second is coping with flood of inquiries, and the third one is failure operational management. So these are some reviews from the customers regarding our problems when they are facing like booking when they are facing like when they booking, and regarding our problems. Our first problem is how to make booking procedure more convenient. Nowadays, smartphones are very easy to use, because everyone has almost everyone has a smartphone. But sorry, sir. In travel industry, there are some old booking procedures which may feel like customers feel like customers feel like customers feel problem in booking that in booking. Solutions for that problem is they must have to make a partnership with those websites or apps which may provide service regarding online booking, so that customers also go through easily for booking. And the next is keep multiple options available for customers to choose one as per their convenience. So they can choose another options if they like. Create a standard booking sheet that contains the necessary information of management. Standard insightful booking sheets which make customers feel customer feel thoughtful. They can fill the sheet themselves to ensure the accuracy of their record. Google Form is an ideal tool for the process because it automatically transfers the data from sheet. They can manage a large number of requests and track approvals as well as expenses with ease. And in websites, in particular websites, they can provide video content also, so that they can so that the customers may go through with the booking procedure easily and handle the booking procedure very conveniently. These are the solutions regarding the first problem. Next part will be explained by Aisha.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Aisha Khan from Chiragan Project. My part is the second problem, how to coping with the flood inquiries. In demand in travel industry is increasing day by day, which leave travel agencies helpless. Especially when it comes to leading with the flood inquiries, it tends to happen that queries come from different places at the same time, which make it almost impossible for them to organize their workflow without missing anything. From personal information, the room type required to the payment method of all them create to sensation and stressful environment among your staff employees and in the workplace respectively. Furthermore, you must be having a large number of suppliers to deal with, which increase the size of a problem. There is a solution for that problem, sir. Bank on artificial intelligence powered chatbots to deal with the uncountable inquiries at the same time. And next one, teach to employ that they must talk to customer like a human being, and will talking they must show it. They can use some jokes if required, and talk in a energetic and exchanging tone, not like a robot speech, which sounds monotonous. And next one problem is various operational management. The daily operators can create a huge problems for you, for us, if you don't manage them efficiently and properly. This is way to most travel business owners find it stressful to handle booking, customer request, and so on. It wise to improve the operational management for a delight and standard service. There is a solution for that problem. Assign travel tasks to third parties or service provider. Pay attention to set up an effectual business management system. Make your service operations improve by means of digital transformation of existing process. Contact marketing on different websites. Social media in nowadays, social media is one of the most convenient digital marketing method. Social media marketing is a key element for the success in marketing. By investing only few hours per week, 91% of marketers claim that their social marketing affects creativity, increase their sponsorship. By understanding these challenges, we must be able to learn how to default it could be run a travel agency and manage its operations. Apart from these three problems, there are some benefits in marketing in social media. It increase our brand awareness, improve search engine ranking, higher convenient rates, better customer satisfaction, and then improve brand quality, and it increase more brand authority and many more. To using this website, we are advertise our website, and it's more convenient to us. And next part is represented by Maitri.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Maitri. In the previous slides, we have came through the problems and the solutions of this traveling industry, which is now we are seeing measuring success. Measuring success, so we can measure the success on the traveling industry by considering the number of visitors who have visited the destinations or any tourist place. If the number of visitors are getting increased, the number of taxes or number of any amounts which we are collecting will be increased. The destination should be sustainable. Some of the peoples are referred to get an or really ill for their stressful schedules or anything. So they were referred to go through the any environments which is very sustainable. Sustainable is it should be a clean, or it should be very good looking, or it should be very friendly for them to feel their feelings. Here, the social medias also have some measuring information. Some social medias we have uploaded our videos or anything like any information which we get a number of likes or conversion rates, post reach, etc. These are the social media impacts which will make us measuring the success. And the PPC combines means here PPC means the pay per click. Here the advertiser who will advertising any ad or any advertisement. So he will get the money when a customer clicks that link or any that advertisement. So it will also help us to market us, and also we can get our amounts or anything like that, sir. These are the measuring success, and thank you, sir.
Just show me the measuring success slides one more time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number of visitors, destination. Okay, fine. I think better effort than last time when you presented.
Yes, sir.
Where we had certain feedback and where we talked about how you would typically measure, etc. So I think this is much better. Go back to the previous slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, content marketing on different websites. Now this is not website like Twitter, YouTube, etc. Not website, they're channels, right? Yes. So I think that's what you should keep in mind. Instead of saying content marketing on different websites, it should be content marketing on different channels. Yes. I think that's the thing, right? What you could have done here is you could have actually given some real-time examples. That's missing. While you are saying you're going to market this, but we would love to know what would you do to market and what will you market. So for example, you're saying Spotify. What will you do on Spotify? Right? Example. Or let's say, for example, you would do a Gmail. What would you do on Gmail? Like, give an example, right? That makes the case more relevant to a real-time solution of what you're offering, right? Yes. Go back to the previous slide. Yeah, just these are the 3 points, right? So go to the first point.
Assign driver tasks to third parties or service providers.
No. I'm saying just go to the previous slides. I think this is the third point. So solutions. You're offering solutions here, right? No. How to coping with? Yeah. Go to the solution slides. Next one. Yeah. Bank on artificial intelligence powered chatbots to deal with unaccountable inquiries in the real time, right? Teach the employees that they must talk to the customer. So yeah. So what other solutions would you have? These are just like something which is very basic. What more solutions would you have to make the experience much more better or have a see interacting with somebody is a behavioral change that not necessarily for this solution, it is applicable everywhere. So what is that new you are bringing in here as a part of your solution for this particular case? You're talking about like, this particular case, right? I think that's important, correct? So I think, yeah, so overall, I think better from last time, but then it still requires specifics. A lot of like, theory is there. In fact, you started with that and I had to kind of, jump in and say, I don't want to know what is content marketing because we all know that. What is the use case and the application? I think that application and the use case has to come into the picture. That's important. Now, if you're talking about solution, that's a good thing to talk about. But what in that solution? How? Again, that how is missing. So that's my feedback. Yeah. But otherwise, better than last time.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next, I think, Apurva, if you're ready.
Yes, sir. We are ready, sir.
All right.
Sir, is the screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, sir. So let's see what is a real estate. So real estate is a property that consists of land and improvements, which includes a building, fixtures, roads, structures, and utility system. It's a just a common word. We can say it's a buying and selling of a property between our clients and the owners. So what are the problems we are facing in real estate? So let's see what are the problems first. So problems, managing the back office task. This is a hassle for anyone in the real estate industry. So if you have any recently started, some people think that it will be a hassle or someone can rethink it. We want to launch our industry like real industry only. There is setback to their work and the real industries are hectic. These are all the negative feedbacks that nowadays people are having. For this, we have a solution. We can hire a real estate agent who is skilled enough to manage all your administration tasks easily. If we see the exactly map of what is the requirement, exactly what is the requirement to our industry. So some of the top skill requirement of a real estate administration agents who can manage the paperwork, dealing with the client and keeping the list of organization, looking for the legal documents. These are all set of documentation has been done by the real estate agent, and this practice can help to resolve the most crucial real estate problem and help the realtor to manage the task effortlessly. So second problem is managing the paperwork. If you don't want to get lost in a pile of the paperwork, you need to form a proper workflow, because if there is not a proper documentation, if something is missing, it will be hassle for the real estate agents. So for that, the managing and also for managing paperwork for every property and client can take a toll on you and can consume a most of time. This could consume our time by keeping the records of all the papers. So what are the main solution for this is getting a CRM, that is customer relationship management, that is they have own software where we can have a paperwork as well, maintaining the client relationship and retaining the clients, marketing the our automations and business process, and with generating the leads to the CRM software, where we can even measure our success, and we can show a graph to our customers where they are like thinking or rethinking about planning to buy a land or some buildings. So next problem is facing a sorry. So next problem is failing to leverage on referrals. That is, if we have any loans or debts, that is a main problem for the industries. If you are a customer looking to buy a property, would rather to ask to know other experience, and after seeing the website,
That is, if we are getting some of referrals from the existing customer, so these problems can generate a hectic to the real estate industry, because some gives a referrals, or some may not give the referral. If they were facing some problem with the existing customer, they can't refer to the another customer. So for this, the real estate markets mainly run on the referrals on 25% of agents and generating more than 50% of revenue only from the referrals, and also becomes a more difficult to generate a more leads. And because due to a lack of services that the real estate industry is giving, so we can't get any referrals to the company. What are the solution for this? So whenever a person closes a deal or a sales process, doesn't just end there, because we have to nurture the clients, we have to follow up the clients, we have to keep a track on what we are doing and how the process is done, and what is the advantages of this land or the building, what are all the main resources surrounding the flat or a building they are purchasing for the commercial area or for householding things. So this is the main thing we have to give to the customer to retain the customer, so that also, so from this we can generate leads easily and from the referrals of the existing customer.
Right.
So let's see the content marketing. So as I said, talked about CRM, that is software, where we can get better things from Facebook, Instagram. We can see in all one interface only, because if we want to measure the success, if we want to retain a customer, if we want to generate another lead, we have one dashboards where we can have a retained customer and have a every good experience with our real estate industry. So we can have a look on overall performance of an industry. So that the main reason of the CRM is to bring a marketing tool, email marketing platform, social media accounts, marketing, sales documents, and workflow, how the industry is working through the clients. So next is the social media. So these are some platforms where we can have customer. Firstly is Facebook. We can post an ads or a videos, same as well as Instagram, post and ads with us, and WhatsApp. In WhatsApp we can have a referral client, because if someone has purchased a land or property, we can follow up by giving some extra percentage off to the land, so that customer will refer to the another customer. So real estate in a virtual reality. So in a pandemic, so most of them have lost their jobs, and some are facing problem to find accurate property what we have to buy. So this is some solution we are giving, because now in pandemic it is very difficult to move from one place to another. So we are giving a solution for the virtual reality, because through virtual reality we are giving the metaverse. It is just an online platform where we can feel, touch, or see in a virtual real world in the virtual reality. So, and also for the blockchain technology, in that the major disruption at the micro level, similarly the real estate is metaverse, would bring a semantic change in a year, because if the customer is remotely operating any other land where we have to purchase, the customer can easily access all the things, the surrounding environment, what are all the things are there, and things means the water, plantation, and the air. They can even analyze that. So next slides will be continued by Rekha. So before that, just we want to show how the virtual reality is working through the real estate.
Sorry, are you showing some video? I think it's not showing right now.
Sorry, sir.
Were you showing something? I could hear the sound, but I couldn't see the video or something.
Sir, the video is playing, sir.
No, I can't see. Yeah. Okay, all right. Anything else in the presentation? Okay. You have to switch off the YouTube. Anything else?
Sorry, sir, for the inconvenience that has caused. Yeah, we are marketing the content through different channels. Here we are using magazines as one of the content formats. Magazines can be one of the useful technique or a format to market the thing. We can design the magazine in a colorful way to attract the customers. Quarterly magazines can be produced so that our
developments or the update can be given on a quarterly basis. And newspaper is another content marketing or a channel where we can post our highlights. And blogs are the other content marketing channels which can be used. Blogs are the text content marketing, and the vlogs are video content marketing. But people are more attracted to the visualization content, so we can go to these kind of marketing. And telemarketing can be used from the data collected from the previous customers. We can give them an update on a new lands or the buildings available, so we can market through the telemarketing. Next is how will we measure a success? There are four major critical metrics to measure the performance of the real estate. One is on a monthly production. This is one metrics which can be considered like how the number of transactions closed by an agent monthly. And days on market is another second metric to track closely the time that agent listing remain actively listed on the market, or what's most often referred to as days on market. It is simply the number of days in which the property is listed for a sale and on the MLS before it's under the contract. Next is the sales price and versus the list price. This is one major criteria we can take into the consideration when the listing price of the land or the building we can take the sales price and come to the conclusion that where we are standing. And next is the sales volume. Sales volume is a prevalent metric of a success. That's one that's often associated with the ability. Real estate agents and brokerages alike use sales volume as a way to demonstrate their influence and the performance. This sales volume is simply the total value of the closed transactions by the sales price. Thank you, sir. That's all about the presentation.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I think overall presentation is fine, but only one thing which is missing is again, the very specifics. And this is, I think, probably the second or the third time you're presenting, and we had talked about it in the past as well. And I'm giving the pretty similar feedback to all the teams that now that you have presented first few times and you have received the feedback in terms of exactly what you would want to do, give those specific examples. If you're saying I would do a content marketing, I would do how, or if I'm saying I would use social media, how, or if I'm saying I would want to measure a success, exactly what would you do? So I'm not seeing that exact work that you would do. I'm seeing what you would do, which is fine, by the way, all fine, nothing wrong. But how and in what manner, what are those specifics? I think we should now get into those details to make the presentations much more stronger. But otherwise, I think overall it was fine.
Thank you, sir. We'll work on it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So Srishti Infotech says they are ready with the third presentation. I think, yes, you can go ahead, but are you sure that all the feedbacks that has been shared in the past presentations, they have been incorporated? Because I don't want to again say the same feedbacks again. So I hope that is fine with you.
Yes, we have covered most of the topics which you have mentioned.
Okay, fine. Then you can go ahead and present. That's fine.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
Good evening, sir. My name is Gautam.
And
Yeah.
we are presenting case study 3 on the content marketing in the Karnataka tourism industry. And our teammates are Sriram Kamath and Sachin.
Yep.
And in this, we are covering the first introduction to our industry, and next the problems we all are facing in this industry and our solution for that problems, and business model, and use of content marketing, and measurement of success. Introduction. So actually, Karnataka is ranked as the third most popular state in the country for the tourism, and our former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has stated that tourism contributes 14.8% towards Karnataka GDP, and it also supports over 16 million jobs. By this statement only, we can understand that tourism industry, the scope of tourism industry, and how it helps for job and how income that we can get in this industry. Next is problem in this tourism industries that all are facing. First is the main problem is lack of correct info. All travelers or tourists are facing the issue of quick and accurate and reliable information in this field. And there is no such platform which consists of all info such as place info, sample image, availability, route maps, and nearby hotels or homestays, like that. So there are many apps for hotel booking and for information of the place, and for train and bus tickets booking, but there is no app for all this, or there is no website for all these in a single place, and we are providing all this in single website and app. And there is no repository which consists of information which can be accessed direct district wise, and city wise, category wise, and even season wise. And the another problem is the correct and correct present information about the weather of the place. It's the main problem of our industry. And the next one is presented by our teammate Sachin.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I am Sachin from 16 Kundapur.
Yeah.
These are our solution for the problems. We will provide the website for the what user search for the. We will give the information about that with the free of cost, and it's look like encyclopedia. And if user search for any places and things, we will provide that in accurate condition. For example, if user search for Udupi, in that they are searching for Kundapur. In that searching for temple, Shiva temple, we are giving the information of only Shiva temple in that district. Next. These are our services. First one is information, second on transport booking, third on present weather, fourth on road maps, fifth on budget, and sixth one hotel suggestion. We were giving single place info at a single place. We are providing the charting option also, and FAQ. Next will be transport booking. We are booking the transport like a car, a bus, train ticket in this. Next one is present weather condition. We were giving the present weather condition like if there is rainy or not, like that. Next one, road maps. We were providing the road maps for the user can go their own vehicle. Next one, budget. We were calculating the approximate budget of that customer data. And next one, hotel suggestion. We were providing the hotel nearby that place. And next one is business model. There are three business model in our earning model. First on advertising, second one on travel booking, third one on hotel and other booking. Advertising means we were advertising local product based on user search. And next one on travel booking, we are booking the travels. We are booking the travels in our site. This will give the income. And next one is on hotel and other booking. We were booking the hotel and other like ticket of that place like that. We were earning that income. Next will be presented by Sriram.
Hello, sir. Good evening. So I am covering how are we using content marketing in this industry. So there are many other marketing strategies, but we are only concentrating on the content marketing, which we can use on in this field. So what is content marketing? Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So how are we using the content marketing in our industry? So we are providing many options, and we are using videos and photos mainly, which can attract most of the customers in this industry. So we are collecting great photos and videos and turning them into the content which can be published on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts or Instagram posts, YouTube videos, blogs, magazines, newspapers, all the content marketing sites. And the content should be of great resolution and validated. It can be original or it can be stock without copyright or copyright-free content. And our resource collection. How are we collecting these resources for our photos and videos? How are we collecting this? We are collecting photos and videos through various options. So one of our approaches like conducting a monthly competition for the users or the public, open public. They can participate in the competition and win attractive prizes. They can share their own very own original content, which is like photos or videos of Karnataka tourism places anywhere. So among those winners, we will publish 3 or more winners every month. And in those viewers, if we find someone who is passionate about that field and he is eager to work with us, we will hire him and we will make a content creation and management team, which will be collecting new content because we need daily content to post because it's a 360-day business. So we will need a great passionate workers. So we will create a content creation and management team for that. They will be handling all the content related stuff. Next, some of other collection methods are we are using some of the content which we collected during the research and initiation phase before we start the project, and some videos and photos will be shared with us by our local partners, which can be local guides, our partner hotels, and other person. And we will be getting some of the content through paid collaborating with local celebrities who are famous in those regions. And we can also utilize some of the free copyright-free resources which are freely available in the internet. And how are we approaching the content marketing? So we are using some of the most famous and attractive social media and blogs and video streaming platform. In social media, we can use Instagram Reels, Instagram posts, Facebook pages, Twitter, and many more sites. And in the blogs, we can publish our own blogs, and we can also feature some of the users' blogs in our site. And in video streaming platforms like YouTube, we can easily reach large community who are like all the category from like someone wants to visit a temple or someone might want to go on a long drive. So we can reach out all the people on a single place using social media and blogs. So after this content marketing, how are we going to measure our success? So some of our approaches are user reviews and rating. So we will collect user reviews on every successive transaction after like if a person books a hotel or he uses some of our any of our services, at the end we will provide a option for the user so he can post his review, and we will also measure the user traffic. So how much our content is accessed by the public. We will analyze our YouTube views, Instagram views. We will reach how traffic is coming to our site through social media and through Google searching optimization and other. And we are going to measure also market demand. So compared to our other companies which are working in the same field, how many of the total users are attracted and using our system, our company to book and to view the information instead of other companies. So we can also use this as a measuring method. And income analysis. So we are this is a financial one. So we are going to conduct the income survey every month. So we can easily do that, and we will measure how the when just we started, how was the income, and after 1 month how it has gone. Has it gone up or low? We can also analyze that one. It will help us measure our success, sir.
Okay.
And other one is we will be conducting surveys for our employees and business partners and local guides who are collaborating with us on a weekly basis. They will have to submit a review or a survey so that we can gather that data and we can improve our system and working method. So if there are some faults in our working methodology, we can also improve that. And if some of our area are actually working very good, we can still improve that too with the help of our local partners. So what they want and what the users are expecting in that region. So we can improve that one, sir. And our employees and partners are one of the major, they play a major role in our success of the company. So their reviews and their ratings are also a main measuring tool. So other important methodologies which we can do is we can examine the pipeline growth. So each stepwise step when we are like initiating the project, when we are started it, and after 1 month, after 3 months, after 6 months, how is the project growing, or is it decreasing, or our income is increasing, or our users are going to some other sites or coming to our sites. So we can examine that pipeline growth and we can measure our success or failure. And we can observe conversion rates of leads. So we are getting leads through social media, YouTube, or any other channel. And we can see that how many of the people who are visiting our sites are actually using our services, like the ones which we get paid, ones which we get paid. So how many of those are converted into income sources? And we can also look at our cost per lead. So per lead, how much is the cost going? So how much we are spending on each lead, we can also determine that, and we can use it to measure. And we can also look into the search engine traffic, which is most obvious. And we can understand our brand awareness from our local guides and from the users who are posting the reviews. We can understand how they are approaching our company and how they are treating, how is the brand created in the market. And we can also consider a tracking system, so which will track all these data, and it will analyze, and it will also help the company's growth. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you. I think this presentation was good. I think you covered all the areas and the touch points. I think pretty exhaustive, and I can see that you have taken the feedback from the previous sessions and classes and incorporated them, which is what I wanted to ask and check. So I think this is overall pretty good, very solid. So I don't have anything additional feedback to say, but I think this has been done well. Yeah. So thank you. All right. So is there any other team who wants to present or something ready, or we can do it later? I think most of the teams have covered a lot. So yeah. Okay. So if there isn't any other presentations today, I think we can end the class a little earlier, and we can again meet in the next class. In the next class, we will have the remaining of the presentations, which from whichever teams, whatever is pending, and then we'll get any Q&A, etc. that is required, right? So yeah. So I think we can end the class a little earlier today. So thank you all for the presentations. I think this is progressing well. But in the next class, please make sure that you have taken all the feedback in to consideration, and then accordingly you are kind of working on the presentation, so that like we see a constant improvement from presentation, right?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
This is Vajida from Message Systems.
Yeah.
Raichur.
Yeah.
So still my presentation is pending.
Okay, fine. Okay, then we can go ahead with the presentation. No problem. Yeah.
I'm sharing my screen, sir.
Yes, yes. You talked about something to do with organic farming earlier, right?
No, sir.
No, didn't you present about organic farming earlier?
No, sir. No, sir. This is first time, sir.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Can you see the screen, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to present about organic farming, sir. On project 3, sir. So organic farming is nothing but I'm doing an agriculture without using any fertilizers or pesticides, without any chemicals. Everyone knows this. I'm going to show some of the problems and what solutions I'm going to give to this.
Yeah, sure.
So these are some benefits. Like organic farming is a method of crop and livestock production that involves much more than choosing not to use pesticides, fertilizers, genetically modified organisms, antibiotics, and growth hormones. So it will give more benefits, like more nutrition value compared to conventional growth products, and it builds healthy soil and helps combat erosion and fights the effect of global warming, and it encourages the biodiversity and supports animal health and welfare, and it discourages environmental exposures to pesticides and chemicals, and it supports water conservation and water health. Next, these are some problems which organic farming is facing now. So organic food is more expensive because farmers do not get as much out of their land as conventional farmers do, because they are not using any pesticides or chemicals. So the yield will be low compared to other conventional methods. So here we have some limited supply of organic foods because farmers because production is low. Also we have limited supply of organic food, and marketing and distribution is not efficient because organic food is produced in smaller amounts. So production costs are higher because farmers need more workers, and organic produce require efficient supply chains to reach the market quicker here. And from temperature fluctuations during transportations and generally less forgiving, organic products need to be consumed to ensure food safety and appear. And it is harder to market organic product because the product should reach the market in order to remain fresh and nutritious. My screen is not sharing things, sir. next
No,
slide.
no, you finished. Oh, yeah, okay. I can see major problems faced in organic is what you have mentioned.
No,
So
sir.
these are the
I'm
problems. So now I think you should come to the solutions.
Yes, that only I'm trying
Okay,
to,
okay.
but
You can start resharing. Stop and reshare again.
okay, sir. Now, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So solutions means so farmers should invest in top quality climate control vehicles to allow longer transportation. That way, organic products can reach distant markets where demand is high. And we can use of the farmers can use of mixed farming to increase their yields according to the demand, and preventative insects and disease control methods, resistant varieties, weed management, and feeding and treating livestock organically. They can use these methods, and they can use they can use hydroponic agriculture, sir. It is the best solution for organic farming.
Yeah. So what are you doing about it? These are all known facts. What are you going to do about as a part of this case study? As a part of solution?
As a part of solution, sir, I have done some research about this, but I found that hydroponic is already there, sir. It is already there, but I found this it will be very useful in this field.
Yeah, exactly. I know hydroponic is there and you have done the research, which is good. So this is a good research and this is a good thing, but this is all which is known. This is all like, the material that is available once you do a research. My question is very specific. What would you do? Are you going to do hydroponic? Are you going to do preventive insect and disease control methods? Are you going to do a mixed farming? If yes, how will you do it? If no, then something else. Then what will you do? So I want those specific answers. Otherwise, the recommendation of the case study is just about like doing a research and copy and pasting and putting it over there. Research may be good, but I would be curious to know what are you doing? You may not do 5 things, you may do one thing,
Yes,
but then
yes.
what is that one thing is going to be really impactful. So I think that's what you need to find out. And then I'm sure in your next slides, you will also have like, your other stuff coming in from there, right? So move to the next slide.
Okay, sir. So next are promoting organic.
There's a disturbance. I can't hear.
No.
Can't hear. There's a disconnection.
Can you hear me, sir, now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, again, here, I think you are talking about like, building a strong online presence, collaborate with the grocery store, get support from an influencer, then you engage with the community. These are all theory and the topic. What are you going to do about it? Who is the engager? How will you get a support from an influencer? How will you build an online presence?
So for creating online presence with attractive imaginary or graphic designs like this, we will highlight our website.
How? Where is that? So then your answer should be like, I will build a website, and this is an example of a website. Okay. If you're saying like, engage with the community, I will engage with this community through, let's say, 10 posts in a week. So you have to give me your specifics. You move on to the next slide. Again, it is very generic. I just saw, right? So come back to me with a much more like an SEO, search engine rewards is business. We all know that. What are you doing about it? What is your SEO strategy? If you're mentioning something over here, then what is your SEO strategy? What will you do for this particular problem? Are you going to write a blog, or are you going to promote in?
Yes, sir. Here we are creating a blog, sir, for
in certain things, but this doesn't show it to me, right? So here I'm only seeing theory. So I don't want to see theory.
Only concept. What concepts we are adding? Only we should add that.
You should be giving me what you are going to do in real life. If you're talking
Okay,
about doing an SEO, then you should tell me, okay, fine, I would do these 5 SEO activities. If you're
Okay,
talking about inbound, then I would need to know what are those 2 activities. If you're saying like, I would do social media marketing, I would need to know, okay, fine, what are those channels, and each channel, what would you do? Then for this organic farming, so that like, it helps.
yes, sir.
Otherwise, this only becomes theory. So come back to me with a more detailed approach and a
Yes, sir.
more like, specific solution to this. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all. I think that was the last one. So we can close for the day, and then we'll meet again next class. Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.